What is going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new week of streams here on DSPGaming, and what a week it's going to be. We've got continuing awesome new Shadow Drop to DLCs. We've got awesome new games coming out to try. We've got new consoles. We've got all kinds of stuff. Also, E3, i.e. Summer Game Fest State of Play Xbox Showcase is over, and we're going to talk all about that kind of stuff. In fact, today on this very show, if you guys suggest trailers for me to watch, that's going to be one of the major focuses of the podcast because I did not live react to the Xbox Showcase, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Thank goodness I didn't. But there is so much going on. Also, I made you a promise, and DSP lives up to his promises. I have something to show you. And to start the show today, as if all of that isn't enough, I'm going to give you my true thoughts about Switch 2 now that the launch hype has ended. All of this and more on today's jam-packed, epically fun episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 8th of June, 2025. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 Podcast. What an amazing, crazy week we've got lined up. Like I just said previously, so much going on in gaming right now. Games that I'll be playing, but also things to cover and talk about. This is an exciting time of the year. Pseudo E3 week. No E3 anymore, but basically the same kind of stuff going down. Now, the major topics to cover. Number one, I want to tell you about my real thoughts about Switch 2 now that the launch is over. You know, I fully covered it in a marathon on Thursday, half of my day on Friday. Also, I played more Mario Kart World, and I want to give you kind of my summarized thoughts about the console itself and Mario Kart World on this show for those who are interested in knowing what do you think after having played it for that weekend. Plus, as I've already stated, if you guys have specific trailers or things you want me to know about and react to, today is the day. Today would definitely be the day where we do that because now everything's done. We had State of Play on Wednesday. We had all the Nintendo stuff going on during the launch of the Switch 2. Then we had Summer Game Fest on Friday. And now this morning we had Xbox Showcase. Speaking of which, boy, am I glad I did not live react to the Xbox Showcase. Okay, first off, complete bait and switch lies from Xbox. They told everyone that the Xbox Showcase is 2 hours long. They lied. The Xbox Showcase was only 1 hour long, and they are currently running an insanely huge Obsidian-focused deep dive direct about the studio that no one cares about. I care about the games, which they are talking about, but they're also kind of deep diving into the way the studio works, and I don't care. I just want good games, and the fact that they just pumped out Avowed, which was not a good game, is sad. I hope Outer Worlds 2 is good, but I don't want to watch an hour-long documentary about this studio that you own. I just want to know about good games. So Xbox completely missed the mark. Just listen. No Fable whatsoever. No Forza whatsoever. No new Gears of War. You know that Gears of War Emergence Day that's supposed to be coming out? No update on that whatsoever. Nothing about Halo. Nothing about any of the games you would care about, like, oh, I don't know, Elder Scrolls 6. Nothing. Literally an hour of here's a game that's samey, here's a game that's samey, here's a game that's samey. Oh, look, here's a unique indie game that you may or may not like. Here's a game that's samey, here's a game that's samey. And it's just like, what is this? Like, what the hell is this? An hour of slop. Xbox Studios, all these studios they acquired and bought up, and now everything's under Game Pass. That's great. Game Pass still to this day remains the best value in gaming, okay? But where are the games that we are asking for? You know what we want. We keep telling you, Fable, Forza, Halo, Gears, Elder Scrolls. No, you get nothing. Sit here for an hour with your thumb up your ass and let us tell you how you really need to buy this new ROG Ally that's coming out this holiday season that's branded to Xbox, even though you can fucking buy something like that right now. It's not branded to Xbox and will do exactly the same thing. Why the hell would I watch that? I did watch it when I was eating my breakfast and everything. And then I said, thank God I wasn't on stream. I would have been such a waste of my time and so furious that I wasted my time on it. These game developers just don't get it anymore. They are so busy saying, what game can I make that fits a formula that everyone already likes, instead of let's do something new and innovative and different, or let's continue that awesome franchise that we all want. No, instead, here's something else that's filler, some other slop, some other filler. Grounded 2. Grounded needed a sequel? You're as flabbergasted as I am. What the fuck is going on? I just don't understand. I don't get it. I'm so happy I wasn't on stream watching this thing, and that I just kind of casually was watching it while I was doing my morning business, because that's pretty much how you should handle these events now. They are not momentous. They are not epic. Almost nothing gets dropped during them anymore. I mean, look at the Summer Game Fest on Friday. Like, out of Summer Game Fest, what do I remember? I remember Resident Evil 9, which was the last thing on the show, right? And now I'm actually struggling to remember other stuff. I do know there were one or two other things during Summer Game Fest that I liked, but that's what I mean. It used to be so different. E3 would be like, oh my God, Square Enix is putting out this epic game. Sony has this epic first-party title. Xbox has this new first-party title. And everyone would be a buzz about the big games. What are the big games? And then, just to piss everyone off, at the end of Xbox Showcase, they ran this cinematic intro to a game with real-life actors. For example, the actor there, for those who don't know, the person who is playing the character in that cinematic is actually the actor who was one of the main characters of the TV show Heroes back in the day. He was also on 2 or 3 other shows since then that were actually prominent. I forget the one he was just on that actually he was well known for and everyone likes him as an actor. So he's playing Mason, one of the main characters of Black Ops 7. That's how they ended the show, with a cinematic that everyone thought, oh my God, is this a new franchise or is this something we actually want? No, it's Black Ops 7. So, yeah, I hate to say it. Holy shit. What a disappointing, underwhelming E3 weekend we just had. It doesn't feel like it used to be back in the day at all. It just feels like everything is just trying so desperately to get attention in an oversaturated space, but nothing seems as good or as epic as it used to be. That's kind of the problem. Kind of similar to what's been going on with movies right now. In the movie space, it's very hard to get attention for anything because everything is on demand. Everything is at a home service, but also in theaters at the same time. There's too many offerings. So because of that, everything just becomes so white noise and busy, it's very hard to find anything that's a standout. And that's exactly what's going on with games. Out of all the new stuff that was just presented over the course of the last weekend between State of Play, Summer Game Fest, and Xbox Showcase, can you name 10 epic games that you are waiting for? I can't. Like, off the top of my head, I remember there's a new Marvel fighting game. People are very hyped for that in the fighting game community. This morning, they announced a new Invincible fighting game, which also could be pretty good. I don't know. Then we've got Resident Evil 9, right? That's pretty exciting. And I think Silent Hill F coming out in the fall looks pretty good. But the more and more you look and zero in on it, a lot of these games just fall into established genres. Oh, look, another Metroidvania / Dark Souls-esque game that looks exactly the same art style. There's like 400 of these now, but they're pumping out another one, right? Oh, look, another samey team-based shooter. Another of this, another of that. And that's it. They're all another. Instead of an original, a different, a new, outstanding, you have just another for this pile, just another for this group, and just another for this. That's not good at all for gaming. It's sad. Now, here's the thing. These companies don't really care. You want to know why? There's no E3. They didn't spend an exorbitant amount of money going and presenting a stage show for the game's media. Instead, they just do it digitally. So to them, do you think they care? They don't. They don't. They're, well, hey, we put out our presentation. Hope you like the games. If not, and then they continue on their merry way. Xbox actually thinks legit that ROG Ally that they're offering you was something that you're going to get excited for. That's why they put it at the front of the show. They are so out of touch with gamers. They actually think that people will want to line up and buy the Xbox branded ROG Ally, which you can buy right now, just not Xbox branded. They have insanely similar products right now, ROG Allies and Steam Decks. You don't need that. Anyway, so FYI, yeah, I did watch Xbox Showcase, and I was so underwhelmed, so sad. You know, where are the big games? Oh, there are none this year. It was hilarious because at the very end, Phil Spencer was there, and he goes, so we'll have information next year for the 25th anniversary of Xbox. We'll have Fable, we'll have Forza, we'll have Gears, and you know, wait, what? Why don't you just tell us now? We just waited an hour, and you're literally not going to tell us anything. You're going to make us sit here and waste an hour of our lives because you're a fucking asshole who doesn't know how to run this company. Yes. Basically, that's what he was doing. He was there at the end to say, I'm here to say we have nothing. Ha, I'm still in charge. Good job, Phil. Made me feel great about gaming's future. Seriously. Anyway. Yes, I understand real life loser. Please suggest those in a minute or in a bit when we start doing that stuff, okay? Because he's spamming 2 games he wants me to watch stuff about. Oh, I didn't know that. Eva Cowboy fan says most of the main English cast of Persona 4 isn't reprising their roles in the new Persona 4 revival. There's going to be a whole new English cast. Did not know that. No, I did not know that. It looked like Persona 4 revival is cool because I played the original PlayStation 2 version, slash whatever it was that I was able to play at the time. I think I played on PS3. So I like the fact that they're remaking it with modern graphics. But again, here's another one. How upsetting was that? Oh, it exists. Okay, can we see it? No. What do you mean? It exists. Okay, can we see some gameplay elements? Can you see the improvements? No. Oh, thanks. Why are they doing this to us? Like, do they not understand this is just a huge tease? It pisses people off. Really? Like, what is wrong with these people in charge, man? Okay. So let's talk about stuff. We got some shout outs to do already. Thanks for that. We'll do those. I got a lot to talk about. I want to summarize my thoughts about the Switch 2. I also have something to show you guys, which I know you'll be excited for. We got a bunch of stuff to do here today. It's going to be a packed podcast, so let's get into it. Mr. Jizzlefit, actually, excuse me, Jade re-upped his membership for 48 months, earning his Emerald Crown. He says, I got to go by. Jade, have a good day. I don't know what you're up to today. Enjoy. And maybe he'll be back for Lies of P, because Lies of P is today. He likes that. But you got your Emerald Crown. Congrats, Jade. Mr. Jizzlefizz did a $5 super chat. He says, no big games this year. You're talking about Xbox only, right? Summer Game Fest was good, though. There was a few things. Like I said, at Summer Game Fest, I remember the new Marvel fighting game and Resident Evil 9. That's what I remember. Again, I sat through 2 hours of Summer Game Fest. I was bored to tears for 90% of it. There was a very few big announcements or big things. It was all kind of like little nuggets of feeding you something decent and then just waste your time again for another hour while, Jeff Keighley makes a giant paycheck for the next weebish anime game that no one fucking cares about, but somehow will still be a billion seller because it has microtransactions in it and people are suckers. I don't know. Gareth with a €5 super chat. What's your thoughts on the Persona 4 remake and Neo 3 and Ninja Gaiden 4? Well, Persona 4 remake, I'm happy for. I think Persona 4 is great. I think it's actually an insanely good plot. So I'm happy that it's getting a remake. I think a lot of people haven't experienced it simply because it was a whole era previous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really was a whole era before. And so a lot of people probably have never played it, and it's really not accessible today. So I'm glad that they're making it. And I'd be interested in maybe replaying it since I've only done the one playthrough, right? Originally 100 years ago. So maybe I would play that one. Probably going to be Game Pass too. So that's kind of a neat thing. As for, let's see here, Neo 3, they didn't show much. I mean, Neo 3 existing is cool. Neo is a good franchise. It's not extra special or anything. I'm not like going crazy that it's coming back, but it's playable. It's fun. You know, I don't know what else to say. It's kind of like there's been so many games in that category that it's hard to ever get excited about games in that category when there's too much of it. You know, when it was just Soulsborne was Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, okay, now Elden Ring, and then there was one or two others from third-party companies, you get excited. Now it's like another Soulsborne, another Souls-like, another Souls-like, a Soulsborne, Souls-like Soulsborne. There's like 700 of them a year. So it's, even though Neo was one of the first, it's kind of hard to get excited for it when there's too much of that category now. It's oversaturated. Oh, let's see here. And then Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. You know, I played Ninja Gaiden, what was it? 2 Black earlier this year, and I found it entertaining and fun for what it is. If you just take it as like an action ride, it's quite good. If you take it as a serious game, but it's fun to play. It'll be on Game Pass, so I'm down for that. Stuart just did a £2 super chat. Tony Hawk 3 and 4 Foundry demo has dropped. I am aware there is a demo for Tony Hawk that dropped. I don't have time to play it. As you know, I'm too busy right now with all the things I'm doing. I can't play new stuff right now. I'm already playing a new DLC that dropped on Friday. I'm trying to finish up 2 insanely long games that we've been playing for 2 months. I've got a new game coming out on Tuesday. We still got chill streams of Minecraft and Truck Sim that I we're enjoying, and I owe you guys. I have too much going on. I can't play new stuff. And this is what I was afraid would happen this week. A million things would come out, and that's literally what's happened. A million things. Now it's like, now how do I play it, right? I'll tell you this, I'm very excited for Tony Hawk. I will be playing Tony Hawk 3 and 4 this summer for sure. 100%. I loved 1 and 2 collections years ago. I can't wait to play these. So thank you, Stuart. What the heck did I just do? Here we go. Appreciate that, Stuart. Okay. I got a $2 tip. This person says, a few weeks ago you were talking about a pendulum swinging in regards to woke games. Yes, I was. How at some point the pendulum will swing from developers making woke-style characters is swinging to the other side. As a Summer Game Fest main showcase, I think the pendulum is swung. The amount of tits and ass on that show is insane. Robot women are pole dancing. There's anime waifus, zoom-in shots on asses. Did you notice? It's going back to the 90s. It's going back to the 90s, exactly what's happening. And this is what happens in culture, is that you go to one extreme, then the other, then one extreme, then the other. So we had the era of everyone's a pink-haired, weird, million piercing, tattoos all over the body, gender ambiguous character, and they're all pushed to the forefront as the main characters of games. And now all of a sudden we've gone back to extreme 90s, over-the-top crazy gore. Did you notice how many body horror games there are now? You mean like Resident Evil? Yeah, they're all going back to that formula again. Like they're going back to the drawing board and saying, well, the one way didn't work. We got to go back to the complete opposite conversation again because people obviously want the other thing now. So what'll happen is now for the next 5 years, everything will be like the 90s again. But then we'll get tired of it, and then there'll be someone else who runs and makes like a game like, what the fuck? We just played 17 of these in the last 5 years. Why did you make one? And it'll flop. And then that game developer will be scratching their head. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah. And that's what I mean. This is how it works. This is exactly how it works with culture in general. So if you like that stuff, good for you. You're going to get a lot of it soon. Especially if these endeavors work. For example, did you notice during GTA 6, it's 2 trailers that have now come out, the insane, excessive focus on the female body and how they got the women in bikinis and everything, constant. But, you would say, well, GTA always did that. Yeah, but GTA is one of the companies that completely capitalized on it and literally sold games on it. But if you actually play the GTA games, you may notice something. It's actually not even really a focus. Yeah, there's stuff in there like that. But if you go to the main plots and stuff of the games, it's usually not that much of a deal. I think the biggest part of a GTA game that ever had it was the stupid movie studio missions in GTA Vice City. Outside of that, it actually isn't a focus. but they always act like it is, and then they sell a bunch of games on it, you know? So it's kind of like, I feel like we're back to that era. We're back to the 90s, and then like first half of the 2000s era has returned to gaming because people got tired of it all going the other way. Okay. Anyway, thanks for the early support. All right. Where to start? Because we got so much to talk about today. Seriously, we have so much to talk about. How about this? Let's start with the Switch 2. All right. And it's funny because actually, I think the Switch 2 looks better when you hold it like this, because it actually says Switch 2. That's kind of, oh, that looks like, if I'm going to show you the Switch 2, I'll show you the logo of the Switch 2. Okay. So, folks, the Switch 2 launch is over. All right. And I mean it officially. It's actually completely done. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there was a hype for about 2 days for the Switch 2. Okay. Everyone ran out and got their Switch 2s, or their Switch 2s got delivered. They installed Mario Kart World. They played it for a day or two. And then over this weekend, everyone sobered up. All that buzz that everyone had, that day one hype Switch 2 excitement, fizzled out. And then people realized, oh, this is Switch 2. Let me take a look at it. Kind of looks like the Switch. It kind of feels like the Switch. Huh. Well, I played Mario Kart. Let me see what else I can play on there. What? Where are all the games? I love it. How about the doesn't even matter me, right? One game. I don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy. That's it. There's nothing on here. There's literally nothing to do with your Switch 2. Once you've bought it and you've played Mario Kart, you're done. There's nothing else. It's a paperweight. Switch 2 is literally a $450 paperweight. There's nothing to do with this console at all right now. Now, give it a few months, you'll have some more exclusive games that will come out for it. But right now, you have two options. Play Mario Kart World, or play games you already played on other platforms for an exorbitant amount of money, because they're all charging top dollar on Switch 2. Play Cyberpunk again. Play Bravely Default again. Play Street Fighter 6 again. But I already have those games on superior platforms as well, where they run better. So why would I want to rebuy them on Switch 2 for $70 a pop? And the answer is, you don't. So the Switch 2, after that 2 days of euphoria where everyone was celebrating Mario Kart, has lost completely its momentum. After this weekend where you had Summer Game Fest, now Xbox Showcase, people stopped buzzing about it. And in fact, it's hilarious that the whole attitudes on the internet have shifted from, wow, this is exciting, to, wow, this is boring. What am I doing? But now here's the major problem. Mario Kart World, all right? To be transparent with all of you now, I've now played Mario Kart World for about 9 to 10 hours. I made about 8 videos of it, okay? Each video about an hour long, some a little bit longer than that. So what's the deal with Mario Kart World, okay? In a nutshell, better graphics, okay? Nostalgia bait. Yeah, for sure. Absolute nostalgia bait. If you're a fan of previous Mario Kart games, or just Nintendo as a creative company and all their IPs and everything. But outside of the graphics and the nostalgia bait, Mario Kart World literally has absolutely nothing of substance. And you might say, I don't get it, but it's a new Mario Kart, and we haven't had a new Mario Kart in over a decade. You're right. And Mario Kart World did absolutely nothing to innovate or add anything new whatsoever to the franchise. It's exactly the same. I mean that. It literally is the same as previous Mario Karts. There's no new added spin, no new way to play. It's the same exact game. Okay? Thank you, Dimitri, for putting us on the front page of Kick. I appreciate that. Now's a good time, actually, for that, as I begin to talk about Switch 2 and Mario Kart World. Excellent. Thank you, Dimitri. Okay, so, FYI, Mario Kart Worlds only has exactly the same amount of tracks as every previous Mario Kart and nothing more. It's 8 circuits of 4 tracks, so 32 tracks. That's it. They didn't add anything new. They didn't say, hey, because we're charging you $80 this time, we're going to add more content. Absolutely not. It's exactly the same amount of content again. Okay? There's no actual new controls or anything to it. It's exactly the same. It still implements all the things from previous Mario Kart. So, for example, when you're doing an aerial trick, you can either press the trigger or you could wiggle your switch to do it however you want to do it. But there's nothing in there at all that's innovative or new or different. When you go to the open world, which is supposed to be their selling point, right? Oh, there's an open world in Mario Kart now. Wow, that's amazing. It's completely devoid of any kind of energy, character, and point. You think as soon as you join the open world, it would be like, welcome to the open world of Mario Kart. Here, you can complete challenges, which will earn you unlocks. There's a, get this and unlock a secret area and do this. Nope. They just throw you into the open world and say, well, just mess around. What do you mean? What am I doing? What's the goal? Why am I here? You figure it out. Well, I bought your game. You tell me what I'm doing. No, you figure it out. Oh, okay. So as you start to explore the open world, you actually realize there's nothing in it. It's just a bunch of pointless challenges where you do, grind on this rail and collect coins. Okay, complete the challenge. What did I get that for? Nothing. Oh, look, there's 5 hidden question mark things to drive over. What do you get when you find them all? I don't know. So why would I do it? If you can't spend 5 seconds to explain to me why I need to explore your open world, why would I care about it? Nintendo couldn't even bother to do that. Like, don't even tell me what's fun about this new feature. Thanks, Nintendo. So what ends up happening is it just becomes a hub. While you're doing the online play, the open world is a hub that you just endlessly drive around while it's matchmaking you for online matches. And you'll occasionally find things, and maybe you'll do a thing here or there, but it's just not special. It's boring. It's literally incredibly boring. And that's their new thing that they added for Mario Kart World. When you talk about the online play, they've completely ruined the races. How? Because there's no more circuit or even set of races. It's just individual one-off races. So no race feels like it's actually important. There's no ranking system in the online play of the game, which is hilarious. Every other game now that has competitive online play has some kind of a ranking system where you tier up, right? You could go to different levels. Oh, you're a rookie, then you're a master. Oh, you're gold or silver tier or whatever it is. Not Mario Kart World. They couldn't be bothered with that. Instead, you get a number that you either gain points or lose points depending on how you place in a race. And it's just a number that means absolutely nothing. You get nothing for it. You don't really show up anywhere. No one's going to celebrate if you're the best Mario Kart player because you have a high number in single races. No one cares. So ultimately, all your online play is for nothing. Now, there are 3 online modes. Single race, which is literally you drive around in the open world waiting for it to matchmake. Then you get in a race and you race, and then it's done, and you get points or lose points. And then you're back to the open world sitting around waiting again for the next race, and then it just endlessly does that. Like I said, there's no circuit, there's no overall winner, there's no pedestal, no one's awarded a trophy, nothing. You just do it for literally no reason. Like, there's no point to it. It's stupid. The way that they've designed it is flawed, okay? Then you've got battle mode, and battle mode also is awful. Battle mode is a throwback to SNES Mario Kart, where you're in a very small arena. My hair's all screwed up today. You're in a very small arena, and in that arena with all these other players, you have balloons and you have items. And all you do is you drive in a circle, grabbing items and hitting other players with them until their balloons are gone. Done. Now, this was cool during the era of SNES because it meant multiplayer on your SNES, and it gave another spin to the game. Today, Mario Kart's about racing. The battle mode is boring as hell. Like, I played it a couple matches. I was so bored to tears, I never booted it again. The one hidden gem in Mario Kart World is Knockout Tour mode, which actually is the one new thing that's in the game. So what is Knockout Tour? It is an elimination style race of 24 players. At first, there's all 24 racing through a map to a goal. When the first 20 qualify, 4 get knocked out. Now only 20 get to continue to drive. And the good thing about Mario Kart World is they made all the courses connect. So now you can keep driving and connect all these different courses together, keep eliminating 4 more at each checkpoint. And it's actually quite exciting. It's invigorating, and it's very, very fun. It took me a while, but I finally won one of these matches, and it was super cool. It's probably the only mode I would ever go back to in Mario Kart World, because listen to this. I beat the entirety of the game, all 32 courses, at the highest difficulty of 150cc in one sitting of 3 hours. I unlocked all of that in 3 hours. Done. Okay, let me go online. Well, single race mode sucks. Battle mode sucks. Ooh, Knockout Tour is fun. So I ended up playing a couple hours of Knockout Tour. So overall, I made 8 videos, like I said, around 9 hours of Mario Kart World. And there's literally no reason for me to ever boot it up on here ever again unless they add more content, or if I feel like I want to play the Knockout Tour mode for an hour or two for some fun online play. But outside of that, the game's done already. And that's the flagship launch title they put on Switch 2. They didn't give you a 20 to 30 hour Mario Odyssey. They didn't give you a 40-hour Zelda. Hell, they didn't even give you a fun 10 to 15-hour Donkey Kong. They gave you a 3-hour Mario Kart, and they sold it for $80, telling you that was the system seller for this $450 paperweight. This console is a joke. It does not innovate whatsoever. Taking this controller off magnetically and using it as a mouse is not innovation. You can have a mouse right now on your PC or console. That's not any added value. The fact that they've caught up with other consoles and now can do 4K is not innovative. It doesn't give added value. It's just playing catch up. This thing is a ripoff. There is no reason to own it unless you absolutely need to play Mario Kart right now, and you will be done with it within a day like everyone else is. People are literally saying, what do I do with this now? What was the hype about? You have to understand something about Nintendo, because I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Nintendo doesn't improve because there is a fan base that buy Nintendo no matter what mistakes they make, no matter how underwhelming their stuff is, the fan base still buys Nintendo. So Nintendo has absolutely no reason to ever improve. Why would you put something new, special, or innovative onto Switch 2 when people are going to buy it anyway? You know how hard it was to get this thing? It was hard as shit to buy this thing. Ridiculous. Waiting in queues, clicking, have to be there at a super special time when it drops to get it. And you get it. What do I have this for? What am I doing? Why, it's buyer's remorse. What the hell did I waste all my time on to get this thing when there's nothing to do on it? It's a joke. And it's the same thing when people keep rewarding mediocrity, mediocrity will never improve. Nintendo will never put the extra effort in to make something special if you keep rewarding them with your money. Do you get it? I am a content creator. It was my job and responsibility to get this thing and to tell you the truth about it. But everyone else who ran out and bought into the hype is now feeling it in their wallets. Damn, I just dropped all that money and I got nothing to play on this thing. I don't want to play a game again. I already played on something else and spend $80 to buy it. What a ripoff. Well, then why'd you buy the Switch? Why? Why did you get it? It doesn't seem to make sense. It's just really weird that people buy into this bizarre hype. And again, to reiterate my point, when you reward bad behavior, it never improves. So take a look at Nintendo's history. Every time that they actually do something wrong, they get bailed out anyway. No one liked the Wii U, so what did people do? They ran out and they bought 1 million amiibos. So Nintendo made an insane amount of money anyway, even though their console and games weren't selling. So why should we change? I just don't get it. It's very bizarre. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Switch 2 is a huge disappointment. And now, much like every other Nintendo console up to this point, besides maybe the SNES, I have absolutely nothing to do with my Switch 2, besides maybe every once in a while say, hey, let's do a night where we just do some Mario Kart Knockout Tour and just have some fun, see if I can win a match or two. That's it. There's nothing else to do with this thing. Now, in a month, there's the new Donkey Kong, Bonanza. I am excited for that. That looks good. But this will now collect dust for a month. I have nothing to do with it. It will sit around, pointless, complete waste of time and money. What's hilarious is everyone who ran out and bought carrying cases like me, okay, I'm guilty of this, and all these accessories What do you need it for? There's one game. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Switch 2 is already dead. You know, it really is. Like, legit, no lie. Everyone over the weekend was like, wow, that's really it? And then started talking about another game that they saw at State of Play or Summer Game Fest. And now this morning, Xbox Showcase. This is completely already done. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. Big Mac did a $2 super chat. He says, it was Wulong, then Wukong, and now Wu Chong. All Souls likes. That's right. Wulong, Wukong, Wu Chong, Wu Chang, Wu Shang. And now they have Wu Tang. There actually is a Wu Tang game. So now you're really confused. The Wu Tang game is not a Souls like, for the record. Okay. And Mozzie just did a $5 super chat. Says, you know what? I returned my Switch 2 to Target. The worker said many people are doing that as well. People probably realize it's pointless and not worth it at all. Now, here's the question. How did you return it? You opened your console. You played stuff on it, and they allowed you to return it? I wasn't aware they would let you do that. I think, video game content, they usually, once you've opened it and used it, they don't let you return it. Like a controller, they would, but a console, usually no. I'm shocked that they actually took it back and gave you your money back. Well, good for you if they did. Oh, you never opened it. You bought it and you didn't open it? Wow. Well, good on you if you were on the fence and you bought it and you realized you didn't want to keep it. That was actually a smart move. Pretty smart move. Okay. Welcome back to Kickapoo over on Kick. Says I was on a vacation. I'm back. Let's see here. Someone tipped $2. Says if the console is worthless, then smash it. No, I'm not an idiot. Hey, look at me. Do I look that stupid? No, like I said, in a month, there'll be a new Donkey Kong game. Do I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza? Yes, I do. Looks good. Looks like a good original outing that probably will be more content and better than Mario Kart World. I'm excited for that. Later down the line, there'll be a new Metroid Prime game. I'm sure there'll be a new Mario game. All this stuff will happen. Isn't there? There's new Pokemon this year. I will get use out of my Switch too, just not now. It's literally a $450 paperweight because Mario Kart World is basically a non-game. It's pretty sad what a non-game it is, quite frankly. You would think, oh, this is their system seller day one release. It's going to be great and innovative and tons of content, and it's literally the opposite. It's devoid of content. It's the same 32 tracks that you expect from any Mario Kart game and nothing added. Again, shameless nostalgia bait. Has remixed music from all these Nintendo franchises, and it has, redone tracks from previous games, and that's it. It's nostalgia bait 101. What's up, King Michael? Good to see you, man. Okay. So one other thing I want to do before we get to you guys suggesting things for me to react to, because I know you guys are probably going to react to a bunch, or want me to react to a bunch of stuff, okay? Over the weekend, I took a look at what was available for driving wheels on PC, all right? And I wanted to see, what to get. We talked about it previously last week. There was a couple of options, right? There were different models and things that we were looking at. There was one that was Sony branded. There was one that was more generic. And then there was one that was higher end. But so I looked at all of this. I was trying to figure it out. Like, I don't get it. What's the difference? Really, it looked like from the two models, the one that was Sony branded and the one that was kind of Xbox branded, there is no difference. The only difference is that one works on PlayStation and one works on Xbox, but they both worked on PC. So if I were to get that wheel, it didn't even matter which one I got. They looked identical, so it doesn't really matter for me. I'm going to use it on PC and they both work on PC. Okay. Now there was the higher end one and I was looking at it like, what's the difference? And to be frank, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't tell if it was better force feedback. It didn't seem to have any extra things on it. It looked exactly the same. It just had a different model number and cost more money. So I was like scratching my head like, I don't know what the difference is. All right. So here's what I ended up doing. You ready? I'm going to reveal it to you now. Here's what I ended up doing. I think I actually made the right choice, but let's see. You guys will probably tell me I did the wrong thing anyway. Okay. So I got, it's heavy as shit, the G920 racing wheel and pedal set from Logitech, okay, Works with Xbox and PC. But I got it as a special package deal for a discounted rate. I also got the driving force shifter. All right. So this is not the highest, most expensive end wheel. That one was like $350, but I ended up getting the shifter, and this altogether was less than $350. Really, the reason why I got this is because I was talking with someone about it, and they were like, so you do realize when you use the racing wheel, you're going to have gas and you're going to have brake. I was like, yeah. They said, well, what about reverse? I said, well, what about reverse? On the controller, you just press the other trigger. They said, you don't do that on a wheel. On a wheel, you have to gear shift. And I said, oh, well, how am I going to do that? Because I don't have a shifter. And they were like, yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. To reverse when you're driving with a wheel, you have to have a gear shifter. So now I will have a gear shifter, and I'll be able to go in reverse, which you need to do a lot for Truck Sim, for the record. And all this stuff basically attaches to your table. So I have this table here. I'm going to have the wheel and the shifter attached, and the pedals will be below. Okay. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to actually fully drive. So if you're interested, like, when am I using this? Tomorrow night. The late stream, not tonight, but tomorrow night, will be American Truck Sim. I'm going to unbox and plug all of this stuff in, and we're going to try it live, see how it works, while also I'll be having some drinks, some White Claws and alcoholic lemonades. So it should be pretty interesting. I don't know how it's going to work. All right. I really don't. And like I told you guys, since I invested all this money now, yes, I'd be willing to listen to other driving games. Like if you have suggestions, hey, you should try this driving game or that driving game, I would listen and try them out, because that's a lot of money. I mean, no lie, that was over $300, what you see right there. So I would like to get some use out of it, rather than it be, hey, I play it just for Truck Sim and that's it. Forza Horizon will be coming out apparently next fucking year, which is so disappointing. Forza Horizon 6, I think everyone was expecting would be out this year, and now it's not coming out till next year, which is a humongous disappointment. But we could always play like Forza Horizon 5, I guess, right? That's out. That's been out for years, and it's on Game Pass. I could get it on PC, and we could try this out there. Or if you guys know of other games, because there are other games. You guys had told me that there were other racing games you were suggesting. So there you go. JDTV, no, I know that the wheel has buttons. He says, you knew that there were buttons on the back of the wheel, right? I'm aware of that. But, I mean, it's not going to feel like you're driving that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the accelerator pedals make it feel like you're actually in a truck. If you're shifting to reverse, it feels like you're in a truck. See what I mean? Like, if you're not doing that, then it kind of feels weird if you're pressing buttons to do it. Why am I pressing gas while also pressing a button to shift? It's weird. I mean, just having the stick makes sense. And like I said, it wasn't that much more. It came as a bundle, and the bundle had a discount. Like, this was cheaper in the bundle than if I'd bought it by itself. So I ended up saving a little bit of money doing it that way. And I'm sure there'll be other games, too, that we'll use it for. So we'll see. Okay. JDTV says, I agree with you. For a game like Truck Simulator, it makes sense. But if you play F1, for example, it wouldn't be needed. Well, any game where you're only driving straight, yeah. Any game where you don't go in reverse, yeah, I'll never need it. You're right. Okay. RCU Day, $5 tip. Have you played Contraband Police? It could be a nice game to try out on a chill night. Keep on going, King. No, I've never even heard of Contraband Police. Is it a Steam game? Indie-style title? We will eventually be looking for more of these. Right now, my schedule is so ridiculously booked and overbooked, basically, that I don't really have time for anything new at all for a while. Like, I have so many things I'm juggling right now, especially with this shadow drop of the Liza P DLC, which is over 20 hours long. So we're going to be playing this for like weeks. It's going to be very busy around here. But I am willing to look at other indie games eventually when we get time. Let's see here. $2 tipper says Switch 2 will justify its price as time goes on and more games come out. A lot of consoles don't have much on releasing, get better over time. It's been 2 days. Yes, but usually consoles have more than actually one game. Do you understand? This might actually be the first console launch ever where they actually legitimately only have one game. One game. I don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy. It's true. There's no other games. Any other game you buy for Switch 2 is a game that's already been out on another platform and you've likely already played and actually is inferior on Switch 2 but costs more. There's only one original game for Switch 2. It's pretty bad, pretty pathetic. Okay. All right. So shout out to Viper316 who did a $10 super chat. That's the biggest super chat of the day. Let's get that on the leaderboard, see what they had to say. Here we go. The tech in the Switch could not run the games and was old. They needed an upgrade, but it should have ditched the dumb features and sold it as Switch Pro for a bit cheaper. No, here's the weirdest part. Anytime in my entire history as a creator that I've gotten a new console, right? I started off with Xbox 360, then I got a PS3. I had a Wii. Then, if you remember, we went to the next console gen, so I got the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and then the Wii U. And then we went to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and the Switch. And now here we are, continuing on once again with Switch 2. Every single console that I have covered as a content creator and a YouTuber, I've had tons of stuff to do with that console at launch. I can think to everyone, remember PS4, how many games it had at launch? The Xbox with Game Pass, the zillion games to play. This is literally, the only console in history I've covered. There is nothing to play on it. Nothing. The only thing I can do is just continuously play Mario Kart. I've already played everything else. There's nothing to do. It's the most boring console launch in history I've ever covered. Even the Wii U, which sucked, by the way, had brand new games on it. Remember Zombie U and how bad it was and all that? But there was a ton. You could buy a ton of brand new offerings for Wii U at launch. They weren't good, but at least they existed. They literally don't exist on the Switch 2. They just didn't try at all. Nintendo has stopped trying and has realized our fan base is so dumb. They will just shamelessly and very oddly, like it's almost like a cult following. They will just buy anything we offer. And they'll be happy to open their wallets and empty them. Even though people complained about the cost of the Switch 2, they still went out and bought it and bought a zillion accessories and everything, and now they have nothing to do with it. Pretty sad. I don't get it, but people just we've fallen into this endless thing. And the thing is, consumers are becoming more savvy. They are. Take a look at games these days, and people are not falling for the same tropes and the same things that we've always seen. They're like, we don't want to buy that. I don't want to get that. That's too samey. That's too much similar to something else, or it's not worth my dollar. Good for you if you've wisened up. But then Switch 2 is a huge sales hit. Like, why? I just don't get it. Yes, I know. All the Persona games are going to be on Game Pass at launch. I'm aware. Well, JDTV, here's the thing. He says, I'm happy that I can play Pokemon Violet in 60 frames per second. I get that. Listen, I loved Pokemon Scarlet. I actually liked it more than most other people. I thought it was the best Pokemon game I'd ever played. I said it was a shame it ran horribly on the original Switch. I already played it. I don't want to go back and replay that game on Switch 2 now. You know what I mean? Like, I get it if you're a huge Pokemon fan and you were so disappointed and you want to, basically enjoy it how it should have been. Okay. But should you have to pay $450 to enjoy a game from 4 years ago that should have been good at launch? Don't you feel like maybe that's kind of a disingenuous thing? That Nintendo is saying, hey, one of the advantages of Switch 2 is you can play the games that sucked ass on the original console at what they should have been at. Just give us more money. No. How about you fucking make the game good at launch and you don't make us buy another console for it? You know what I mean? It's insane. But again, it's Nintendo, so they get away with it. Nintendo, they get the pass. Why? Can you imagine? Okay, Xbox Series X comes out. Halo Infinite comes out, runs like complete fucking dog shit. Choppy as fuck, doesn't play well online, piece of garbage, huge sales flop. 3 years later, they come out with the Xbox Series X2, and now Halo runs well. Would people be saying, oh, thank God, buy it so we can finally play Halo? No. They'd be destroying Microsoft. They'd be burning them down. Say, fuck those greedy fucks. What a bunch of shitbags. But Nintendo, oh, great. Finally, we can play Pokemon. I'm so excited. I don't get it. Okay. All right. So, guys, here's the thing. We got about a half hour left on the show. I knew this was going to be an insanely jam-packed show. All right. Are there any particular trailers you would like me to watch and react to on this show? There's been a lot of trailers that came out, State of Play, as well as the Xbox Showcase this morning. I already live reacted fully to Summer Game Fest. But are there other things you would like me to know about or react to? Let me know. The Black Ops 7 trailer, dude, that was hilarious. That's my favorite trailer of all time. That is my favorite trailer of all time. Because it's the biggest bait and switch you could ever see, and everyone was so pissed. That was so good. Okay, there's a lot of suggestions. All right. Oh, I'm this small? I know why I'm this small. Because this is not the right... Okay. All right. Let's watch this. What? What did he say? Wasn't there a version of this trailer in English? I think there was. I think I got the wrong one. Oh well. The Japanese version's funny, actually. Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man. I stretchy punch you. Gun, boom attack. Oh my goodness. Who is that? Who is that? Is that Ghost Rider? I think that's Ghost Rider, right? But it looks nothing like Ghost Rider. He's so anime that it's hard to tell. Dr. Doom. So the gameplay, FYI, the gameplay is very similar to Dragon Ball FighterZ, because Arc Systems is who made Dragon Ball FighterZ. So what they did is they ditched Dragon Ball because that game's now dead, and they have now moved on to Marvel because Marvel fighting games are dead because Capcom basically lost the license and wasn't doing anything with it. So they basically have made everyone Japanese. Like, these are all Japanese anime stylized versions of Marvel characters. And the gameplay is very reminiscent of Dragon Ball and also very reminiscent of older Versus games, I would say. Japanese store. But that's the one thing I'm not sold on. 4v4. Like, I feel like 3v3 is enough. 4v4? How long are these matches going to be? Seriously, like 4v4 seems like it may be too many characters, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. We don't know yet. See how chaotic it might end up being 4v4 with all that shit on the screen at once? I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they don't know who Ghost Rider is. Ghost Rider is a demon of vengeance who's a very dark character, and in this they're treating him like he's a Japanese street racer or something. Like, I don't think they understand who Ghost Rider is. But outside of that, the gameplay looks like it could be sound, and Arc Systems is a tried and true great fighting game developer. You know, I don't like Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue. That doesn't mean I don't respect them. I think that they are great fighting games. And I liked Dragon Ball FighterZ. The problem with Dragon Ball FighterZ was the online play sucked. Remember how laggy it was? So if they fix those issues, this could be a great game. Plus, you know, everything Marvel gets hype. You know, the FGC is going to be insanely hyped for this game. So, looks good to me. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. All right. Cool. What's next, everybody? What's next? What should I react to next? What's the next trailer? Clockwork from this morning. What was it called? Clockwork Revolution, I think it was called. Yeah.
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine. Because they shoot their
British
filth down to us.
I'm so British. Oi, oi.
Get your paper in.
Look at the streets of Avalon. They is. Welcome to the Tangle, boy. Oi, oi.
Here's to playing in the mud.
What did In Exile make
Life
before?
here ain't for the
I can't remember what else
soft-hearted.
they made.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
Shut up.
It ain't for the
A
spineless.
shark.
To keep your filthy pickers off me.
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
The Knob. This is so British. Wasteland. They made the Wasteland series. Okay.
Lord Griswick. Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill? We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Was very
So
quick.
basically, this is the ultimate steampunk game, correct? This is, if you're a steampunk fan, this is the game you've always wanted. A total futuristic society of steampunk tech. Everyone's British. For some reason, steampunk, everyone loves British, right? It's exactly what you want, right?
Agile.
And it looks, the graphics
With a
look great.
mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
He wet himself. Nice.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold.
So I wonder what it'll play like.
Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him Never.
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I'll show you, touchy.
Oh,
Anything else you'd care to say to Errol?
Brains.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack. I'll leave you with a pissing bed of peaches.
You'd either got a gang at your back or a knife in it.
We're family
yeah.
here.
There's a lot of vibes here. Thief, Dishonored, definitely like BioShock Infinite. It's a lot of different themes kind of combined into one game, but it's also, it looks like it's trying to create its own identity.
Takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Uh, 3D
Let's go
printed
and end a few
instantly.
arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time.
Oh yeah, time manipulations in
And if
this
they
game.
can
I
rewrite history,
I saw this morning. Yeah. So actual
They can
time
rewrite
manipulation
us.
during combat. Kind of interesting.
But look who just
What game had
found
that?
Mummy's keys.
There was a game I played. It wasn't time manipulation, but you like go between two dimensions during combat. I can't remember which game that was, but yeah, they're bringing this kind of thing back.
Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened.
Singularity. Right, it was
Change the
Singularity.
world
Holy
as we
shit.
know it. One choice at a
Yeah, look at
time.
this.
And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
That's exactly right. Singularity. Dude, you know how long it's been since Singularity? Deathloop as well. I will say that you're right. Deathloop had that too. But Singularity, a game that I still have, well, I had a song in my intro music from. Going back in time, remember that? And yeah, that game had very innovative gameplay mechanics where you change one thing in one dimension, then you go to the other dimensions, change it because different time periods and stuff. And this is going to have it too. When did this come out? Yeah, see, look at this. You build cover, you could reverse stuff in the environment. It's BioShock for sure, right? It plays like BioShock.
Now let me alone.
Well, that's bullshit. No release date. Gee, thanks for wasting our time. Coming in due time. So they have no idea. Let's see here. Troll. R2's Brothers Robust Burrito did a $2 super chat. Wants me to look at the other fighting game, Invincible Versus. That one was just released this morning. Okay, Osiris. Also, The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, and Blood of the Dawnwalker. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll do some of these. Whoops, I'm doing that. Yeah, this is funny because you cannot tell this is Invincible at first. You have no clue that you're watching something that's Invincible related here.
enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
So for the record, I've only seen Invincible season 1. I never saw season 2, and I know season 3 is not out yet. I've never read the comics. So outside of his dad, I have no idea who these other people are. But doesn't this seem like the plot of Superman 2, where the 3 aliens from another planet come to invade, and then the heroes of Earth have to like team up to stop them? Like the same plot. I have no clue who those other characters are. I also don't know why it's this weird lower jumpy frame rate, because the cartoon is not like that, right? The cartoon is not like that. So why did they make the game like that? I don't know. It's very bizarre. They tried to make it look like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movies, Spider-Verse movies, but there's no reason to.
I hope
Invincible's already established. It doesn't look like that, so why'd they copy it?
Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you!
Now here's the weird part. Full frame rate gameplay. So why did they even stutter the frame rate in the cinematics if the gameplay is going to be full framed anyway? It's kind of bizarre. Now, take a look at the gameplay, because did you notice something? Did you hear when it said fight? That sounded like the announcer from Mortal Kombat. And if you look at the gameplay, it looks like Mortal Kombat. Watch. Like, this is seriously Mortal Kombat auto combos.
All right, coming through.
Let's do this!
Gotcha!
Going up. Need a hand? Might want to look up.
Yeah, how you like this? It's an army!
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Fatalities, look. That's what I mean. The combos look like Mortal Kombat combos. It would be like, oh, X, you know, square, circle, and it has 2 hits and a juggle. Then you could do a follow-up of special move in the corner. It kind of looks like Mortal Kombat juggling. And then it has fatalities and has the announcer that sounds like the Mortal Kombat announcer. Like, listen.
I trusted you!
That's the Mortal Kombat announcer. 100%. They hired the same guy. So they're trying to make it look and play like Mortal Kombat almost, but it's a tag game. So I'm not sure how it's going to play, but it's interesting that now you're going to have competing games. You're going to have the Marvel Arxis fighter versus the Invincible, almost Mortal Kombat-esque fighter. I wonder how this will affect stuff, you know? Interesting. A lot of some people saying Injustice as well. Okay. Well, this was The Expanse Osiris Reborn. I don't even know what that is. I didn't see that one. There you go. I didn't even see this. Okay. This will be original first time I'm watching this. I've never seen The Expanse, so I don't know anything about this.
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us. Least we can do is get him out alive.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right?
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1
Blah,
minute.
blah, blah, yakety schmackety. Show me the game.
Brace yourselves. We're going for a spin.
Okay. Well, that was bloody murder. What happened there? She just shamelessly murders people? I thought she's supposed to be the protagonist hero.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large haul down this corridor, they shut down this part of the facility. Long time before our arrival.
Fine. Let's deal with those guys first.
Are they gonna show the game, or is this a cinematic?
In your loader.
This is just a cinematic. It doesn't even say anything about the game at all. Oh, here we go. Just skip the cinematic. Show me the real game. Are they going to show the game? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I wonder what it plays like. Looks like Mass Effect. Looks like either Gears of War or Mass Effect, one or the other. More like Mass Effect, though. It could be good, but that was the 3-minute trailer. That could have been 60 seconds if you just showed gameplay. Like, as soon as they showed, oh, it's like Mass Effect, that's kind of cool. Because there is no Mass Effect right now, so it'd be good to have a replacement. Okay, what was the other one? Something about Dawn Dickers or something? What's it called? The Dawn Dickers? What was it? The vampire game you said? The Dawn Dickers? Dawn Walkers. Oh, excuse me. Dawn Walkers. Dawn Walker. Here we go. That was Dawn Dicker. 2 hours ago. Here it is. Okay. All right, here we are. Here it is, everyone. The Dawn Dickers. Dawn Dickers, here it comes. Ouch.
Monsters have always been here. Watching from the shadows.
It's a bloody vampire game.
When we were
Look
at our
this.
weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead.
Yeesh. So the vampires took over humanity, is what they're saying?
The vampires didn't come to kill
Whoa!
us.
What the hell's that?
They came to rule.
Huh.
To turn us into mindless, docile cattle.
Wow.
Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead.
This is an interesting premise, actually. What if the vampires ruled and the humans had to fight back to take it over?
Their worst nightmare.
Or take it back? This is actually an interesting story premise, for sure. So he is a vampire.
A Dawnwalker.
But he's fighting the vampires. Oh, but he can walk in the daytime as well.
Trapped between the two worlds.
So he's like
Fighting to
Blade.
even the score. Fighting to understand.
It's like medieval Blade.
Behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
I wonder if this will be more action based or if it'll be more like Witcher. It kind of looks like Witcher, doesn't it? Oh, nice beheading. The blood of Dawn Walker. 2026. You notice how they just call it Xbox PC? There's no more, it's Xbox PC because they say Xbox everywhere now, right? It is? I'm being told this game is actually being made by ex-Witcher devs. What is it with it now with everyone who's an ex-dev trying to make their own game? The ex-GTA devs are making Mind's Eye. Well, the almost said Dead Rising. The ex-Dead Space devs are making, their game, and then which flopped. And now you got these guys making Dawnwalker. Everyone who's ex-devs wants to make their own stuff. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Ava Cowboy fan, if you put links in the chat, they're not allowed. That's why your comment would have been deleted. Yeah. We only got a little bit more time. Time for maybe one or two more. What else would you guys like to see? Let's see. Let's see what people are saying. High on Life 2. I mean, we know High on Life. Do I really need to watch the trailer for High on Life 2? I think we get it. We know what that is. Kind of a waste. Oh, you didn't send links, then I don't know what happened. Cronus: The New Dawn it's a Bloober Team game. It looks just like Dead Space. I think Bloober tried to copy Dead Space because Cronus: The New Dawn looks just like Dead Space to me. Like dead on. It looks like they wanted to make. Basically, here's what's going on. Dead Space was a beloved franchise. We all agree 3 was like not scary because it was co-op, but we all wanted to see more Dead Space, and we asked for it for a long ass time. Then finally they said, well, the one company that used to be Dead Space devs made Callisto Protocol. That flopped. Then they remade Dead Space 1, and that flopped. And when I say flopped, it just didn't sell as well as they wanted it to. So now they've canceled all Dead Space, and Dead Space is done again. So now I think what Bloober is doing is they're realizing, well, if they won't make Dead Space, we will, right? Much like how Lies of P said, well, if they won't make another Bloodborne, we will. So I think that's what this Cronus game is. It looks, I don't even need to watch the trailer for Cronus. It's Dead Space. It's like dead on the same exact premise. Yeah, let's watch that. That one looks really good. This one right here, guys. I saw this morning. I thought it was the best thing from the presentation. Seriously. This looks great. It's completely unique. Here we go.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand.
What the hell?
A hotel famous across the land.
Like, what is going on in this?
Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Look what he hands you. Gives you like a Nerf gun.
There.
Like, what?
It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So now you're renovating the hotel with a gun. Like, what? What is going on?
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man. Like he was.
It's so wild.
I'm in.
So the first vibe you get is like, what is this, like a home renovation game? It seems like that, right? So you get guns, and you could renovate the hotel, you could renovate the town. But now watch what happens in the second half of this trailer.
They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will wicker man your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking back.
Look at this.
Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
So it's a musical as well, apparently. What in the holy hell? So basically, it's like Bug Snacks, okay? Only Bug Snacks never let on about the kind of game it was until it was out, but this game already kind of spoiled. So the game starts out as a wild home renovation game, but then all of a sudden it becomes this entire town is being controlled by like a Cthulhu demon. And that's what happened to your uncle, is that he got sucked into this dimension, or maybe even killed by the Cthulhu demon when he was trying to investigate. So now you're in his position. It's pretty unique. Like, actually, it's a completely unique premise, and it might be a great game. Of course, the graphics don't look that good. It's kind of a little outdated, I would say, with the graphics, but the actual elements of the story and gameplay looks good. So it actually looks unique to me. Like, that's something that I might be interested in trying next year. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any other suggestions? Last chance, because this will be the last one, and then we got to end the show. Now, keep in mind, we can do more of this. If you guys, you're like, man, I wish Phil would have watched more today, we could do this on more podcasts this week. I'm doing another podcast tomorrow. I'm not doing one on Tuesday because that's the release of Mind's Eye, and I want to do 4 hours of Mind's Eye on that first stream. But I will be doing more reacting tomorrow, okay? Grounded 2 is literally the same as Grounded 1. Let's do Pragmata. I didn't see Pragmata. Let's do that. Here we go. Because I didn't get to see this. Okay, last one for today. We'll do more tomorrow. What comes after dreaming?
The future. It isn't just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna Filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality. We create life for our future.
So they're saying you can dream, and then the dream can be fabricated into real life?
Delphi Corporation.
Now let's see about getting Pats through to Earth.
And why are these things trying to kill us?
There you are. All better.
You patched me up?
I am DI-03367. They are pragmatic.
Whoa, hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something?
I'm good.
Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Targets identified.
This is a weird one.
Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Jeez, what a weird futuristic game, right?
Hey,
everything's cybernetic now. AI is like rampant.
I am
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Yeah, look. Originally, they showed it in 2022. Then they claimed it was coming out 2023. Then they delayed it, and it didn't show up for years. And now it's back. Interesting. It's an interesting premise because, you know, what if everything was becoming AI and cybernetic? We were that far into technology in the future, and then it all ran rampant. Like, it's what it looks like. Like, everything we lost control of it, right? Okay. All right, so guys, a few quick things before we adjourn the show. First of all, thank you. I knew the show today would be jam-packed with topics and stuff to do. So it was a great show today, right? Tomorrow we'll also do a podcast. We'll do more of this because there was a lot of trailers and things that came out that you guys probably want. Like, people are still asking, and we're out of time for now. But for sure, let's do more of this tomorrow. Let's make it like a big chunk of the show to react to trailers and the like. That way I'm kind of up on everything. I do need to actually go through the game release schedule now to see what actually is coming out this year to concretely create a schedule so we know what to look at over the next several months into the fall. So that has to happen at some point, probably this week as well. Typically this week is when all the dates for things are out. So we will do that. I did just watch the Pragmata trailer. Yes, I did, Dark Maggot. We just watched it together. But there'll be more of this week, okay? FYI, today we're doing Lies of P Overture DLC. Tonight it's Clair Obscur. We have to finish Clair Obscur, and we're pushing for story. It has to be night streams at this point. I'm beating Act 2 tonight and getting into Act 3, and we're just going to keep doing story stuff. Tomorrow it's the Do or Die stream for Blueprints, meaning if Blueprints does well tomorrow, I'll every once in a while put it in the schedule to keep playing it, but if it tanks tomorrow, we're just done with the game. And it sucks because I put so much time into it, but I have too much going on right now to keep playing a game if no one's going to show up for it. Tomorrow night, Monday night, is when I'm going to do American Truck Sim, now with the wheel and the shifter and all of that, okay, for the first time. Tuesday, there is no podcast because I'm going to go right into Mind's Eye, which is premiering. We're going to do 4 hours of Mind's Eye on that premiere stream. Tuesday night, we have a choice. I can either do Mario Kart World Online Knockout Tour gameplay for 2 hours, or we can play Capcom vs. SNK 2. It's up to you guys, and I'm curious to hear your feedback on that. And then on Wednesday, we'll either do more Mind's Eye if it was actually quite good on Tuesday, or else we'll go back to Lies of P. And then Wednesday night, we'll have our first Minecraft chill stream, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Fair enough? Lastly, not that we've been talking about this a lot lately, we haven't. We're at 7 out of 10 goals hit. Okay? Today, Lies of P should be an absolutely great gameplay stream. Please, let's hit the goal. We're already about a third of the way to that goal at $44. Let's get to the 150. Let's get to 8 out of 10 goals hit today. What is the reward? It will be DSP Tries It, the T-Pain Munchies meal, the burger version from Jack in the Box. Okay? Now, let's hit some goals and do that. We already have other ideas for future goals. For example, the next one, someone had brought this up the other day, and I was thinking, I've never tried mod pizza at all. I wonder if mod pizza is actually any good. Maybe we try that. There's actually a few mod pizzas around here that I could order from and try, so maybe we'll do that. So we already have a few other ideas. Also, announcement. I already know what the next big marathon will be. Or will be the first week of July. Okay? I'm not going to announce it yet, but I know exactly what it's going to be. And I think you guys are going to like it. And I think it's pertinent and timely. It's going to be a fun one. All right? I'll let you know. Maybe I'll let you know by the end of this week, because that way we'll have a bunch of time to hype it up. That was kind of the problem, is we didn't have really time to hype up the last one. But I think we will hype this one up. It should be pretty exciting, okay? So, sorry, I'm trying to rush a whole bunch of announcements here because we're at the end of the podcast, and I got to end this so we can actually do other stuff. But good stuff, okay? So thank you, guys. Let's hit that goal today. Any support greatly appreciated. Let's get going towards our momentum to doing the reward and go from there, okay? All right. Thank you guys so very much for a great show. Tomorrow, more reacting to all of these trailers that have come out. There's a ton, I'm sure, more you want me to watch, and I will do that on the show. And of course, we'll talk about news and anything else that happens, more Lies of P updates and things like that. Should be a good one. Thank you all for watching the Level 1 podcast. I will see you all tomorrow.